Hello, my name is Dina, and today I'm going to use this aquatic creature I created to help explain some of the modes of epistasis by using a fictitious pathway. Epistasis is the expression of one allele that can mask or modify another allele at different locus. So essentially, different genotypes can express the same phenotype. The different modes of epistasis are single recessive, single dominant, duplicate recessive, duplicate genes with commutative effects, duplicate dominant, and lastly, dominant and recessive. If you notice, these each have a ratio, which is based off the ratio when there is no epistasis interaction. By a combination of the ratio from the no epistasis interaction and the fictitious pathway, we are able to obtain the ratios for the different modes of epistasis. I'm going to show you how to use this technique to get a ratio for duplicate recessive epistasis. So, what if our aquatic creature and its mate both have the genotype of big A, big B, little b, and they have a child with the same genotype? Let's look at a fictitious pathway in order to see what the third generation will look like. Duplicate recessive has the ratio of 9 to 7. So by looking at the A's and the B's from the genotype, we can figure out the phenotype of the organisms. Let's look at the 9 orange creatures. It has a big A and a big B, which allows it to get all the way to the end of the pathway. Unlike the 7 green creatures, which have little A's and little B's, they can only stay at the green. Now let's look at a pathway with the cross of big A, big B times big A, big B, little b. For this pathway, the intermediate will now be green and orange, and also any genotype with little a's can pass to the intermediate, making the ratio 13 to 3. So this is a dominant and recessive epistasis. Lastly, we are going to look at a pathway with a cross of big A, big B times little a, big B, little b. And now any genotype that has little a cannot pass through to the intermediate. So this would give us a ratio of 9 to 3 to 4, which is single recessive epistasis. These are my references. They are the lecture videos and lecture note guides that pertain to epistasis.